Life lessons with Mo. So today I want to talk about the pressure to jackpot. Pressure to jackpot. So if you be consistent to what's happening online, everybody's jackpotting, everybody's leaving the country. And you know that as a young Nigerian youth, it really takes a lot of courage. It really takes a lot of strong mind, quote and unquote, to be able to say, I'm not ready to jackpot. I don't think this jackpot thing is for me. I want to remain in this country. It takes a lot. And unfortunately, all our jackpot friends are not actually telling us the nitty gritties of what's happening out there. They are not giving us the true thing happening. They're just telling us, oh, if you can jackpot, jackpot. This is not to say jackpot is bad, but then what I mean is they're not telling us the kind of struggles they're encountering. They're just giving us the nice picture, just like social media, right? People only put what they wanted to see. Same thing where they only tell you what you want to hear. So we are not understanding the real weight of this whole jackpot thing. I'm not here to tell you the weight about jackpot. No, far from it. I'm here to tell you that God is intentional about each and every one of us, and He has a path He has laid down for each and every one of us. That does not mean we should use our limitations to condition ourselves to a particular setting and feel like, no, this is not for me because I know nothing about it. No, I'm saying that we must learn to be intentional about listening to God per time. Do you know there are people that few years back when they wanted to jump back, God told them, stay, wait. Few years down the line, they went on fully funded scholarships. They didn't need to really pay anything aside from their flights. Do you get the point? I'm trying to say, okay, no, not their flight exactly. There are other small things here and there they needed to pay for. But I'm saying anything tuition, they didn't need to pay for it. Do you know there are people that wanted to jackpot? I know that wanted to jackpot from a few years back and they did not. And few years down the line, they got jobs in they got a job in another country and they went with ease. What I'm trying to say is that if you follow God's timing, the exact same thing you want to do now, when done in timing of God, it makes a whole lot of difference. Do you know that if you want to go in 100 meters race now, logical setting now, and I just go to the pitch and start running, there's high tendency of fall. I've not won any, I've not run, ran. I've not run in like a very long time, right? I've not had any reason to. But if I start preparing or rehearsing or going for training from now till next year, there are high tendencies, not that there are high tendencies, logically speaking, if I go to run, I'm going to make far much progress than I will now. In fact, I'm going to do far better than I can do right now. What changed is what I was able to put in place between now and next year. What I'm saying is, aside from tidying up your house and putting everything in place you need to put, there's the place of God. Let's not just do things because everybody is doing it. Yeah, I know that there's a high pressure to jump, and if you're not doing it, you look like an unserious person. But it's not what God is telling you for your own life, right? Understand God's timing for you. Understand what God is saying for you. Understand the frequency He deals with you, and align yourself to it. Some of us now, unfortunately, some people have not allowed mediocrity and lack of information, limited mindset to hold them down. They are just holding on to God did not say. Biko, if that is your problem, I'm not there. If that is what is holding you, then I think you've missed it somewhere. But if that is not it, if you are sure that the path God is leading you, God is telling you to take certain decisions right now that doesn't look like the Japa decision, please stick to what God is telling you. Hold on to it strongly. It will definitely come out fine. God's timing is very important for us as children of God, and we must learn to hold tightly to it, because when we do things in His time, it makes a whole lot of difference. A child that is giving an 11-year-old female giving birth and a 25-year-old or 21-year-old female giving birth, the difference is timing. The 11-year-old, there's high tendency if the procedure is not managed properly, it may even lead to fistula. But for a 21-year-old matured person, because the timing is correct, her body has already, like the reproductive organ, everything has formed to fit into that. It will turn out check. What I'm trying to say is make sure you are following God's timing for your life. Don't follow the timing of the trend. Don't follow what is happening online. As beautiful as it is, make sure that what God is saying for you right now is what you are doing. I've also seen people that are caught up in Japa plans, and for the past 5 years of their life, they've not been able to make any vital decision or do anything valuable in their life because the only thing they can think about is Japaing. So Japaing has ruled every part of their life so much that they can't make anything tangible. And unfortunately, the Japaing is not forthcoming. As easy as it looks that so many people are going, maybe because some laws have been relaxed, there's still some people that are still finding it very tough. Point being, just make sure you stick to God's time and make sure you're still making value out of your life, no matter the place you find yourself, right? Don't give yourself excess pressure that is not there. And for those of us that have jackpot, make sure that you don't get caught up with the moment. Make sure you're still dishing out the value you've always had. Make sure you're still in line with God's purpose. Some people jackpot and then they lose their personality, they lose their self, they lose who they really are. Why? Because they are caught up with the hustle and bustle of life, meeting up, stability, trying to find balance and all. And don't forget, this is a new culture, new setting, new everything. Some of them are trying to find balance and all. Please, no matter how long it takes, just make sure you don't forget who you are. Don't just make sure you don't divorce from your true self. Make sure you're still strongly attached to who you are. Make sure you still give out the same value you've always dished out, just in a better way. Seeing because you've changed environment, so you have access to better facilities and whatever. Just make sure you make the best use. At the end of this, I'm just encouraging you. Make sure you stick to God's timing for your life. Don't use the gauge or the way for anybody's life or yours. I remember a time that everybody was doing something on social media. Thank God for Canva and all the other apps that you can help to design. Everybody's designing something. Everybody's putting his picture on a flyer. Everybody's uploading something one day or the other. Please don't be caught up with that pressure. Just make sure you hear what God is saying and stick to it. Everybody have YouTube channel now, and everybody uploading all sorts of junk, so whatever they want to upload in their YouTube channel. I remember a time the pressure was real. I was like, if I want my YouTube channel to, I cannot keep on doing life lessons with more. I have to upload things. People like gossip. People like what? But damn, gossip is gossip no matter what the world has made it seem. What the Bible says about gossip is clear. It's as clear as day. So there are certain things that we should not just key into them because everybody is doing it. No. And there are certain things that are not bad in themselves, but because of timing. I hope that after this video, you take some time out to see God's face on what He wants you to do, especially in this year. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Do have a beautiful day. I remain your soul.